Hey guys, and welcome back to week 2 of the space season that we currently have going on. I do have a small update here for my city as I did some calculations and I wanted to maximize the drones that I needed. I still had the ability to add 3, however, when I was looking at how I could squeeze those in and taking a look at the control net, the problem is I had used all of the 3,000 of 3,000, which doesn't make a lot of sense that they don't make the control net big enough to actually cover all of the residents that I could feasibly get out of that area, but don't expect anything different from EA. So what I had done was, down here on the bottom, I used to have the landscape noodle shop, the 1x1, and what I did was come up and remove it, which was about only giving me a 2,800 boost, and went ahead over here where I had 2 water towers and just added a small drone control net tower, which was free, which was nice. Put it all the way up to 150, which allowed me to add 3 more Omega buildings to my capital city. So even though I lost the 3,000 or 2,800 for the boost, you can see I could roughly get about 2,800, almost 2,900 in each one of these locations, and now I have a little over 3,000, so it's not a big change, but I probably gained between 1,500 and 1,800 in population in my capital city. So that is a plus, because anything higher than 0 is a plus. And with that, I now have 597 buildings that I can upgrade to epics. So I'm 10 away, and a total of 63 Omega. So 10 away from having all the epics completed. That'll give me another probably 50 to 60,000 boost. Continuing to work on the upgrades that I have for my hotspots. So far in week 2 of the season, I've got about 30,000, and this is just me doing tasks that help me do what I'm already doing. I don't really go out of my way to do additional tasks to compete, but with 30,000 extra tickets, I can cancel out tasks as wanted. Outside of that, still working in Frosty, have about 30,000 Neo coins saved up, as I need a couple more upgrades to my water towers. As you see, I have 2 of them at 2,700 and 1 at 2,000. I need to probably do 3 more water tower upgrades just to get that out of the red so that all the residents are happy. I need to do 1 more upgrade now to sewage, since I've continued to build my city to make sure I have enough coverage of sewage, and it's still need to do waste, still need to do power. I haven't really touched those much. Want to take a quick peek back to the fire, and of course all of these are no longer covered as they were a couple weeks ago. Not really even worried about checking the coverage of all of these until I complete all of my utility upgrades, because hopefully that'll give the developers some time to work out the bugs, so when I actually fix the coverage, it'll actually stay. So it's kind of where I'm at right now for Frosty. I think I have about a day left before I can actually do any exports there. I have the ability to start an Omega here, but I'm still working on finishing up the capital city first as a priority. As you see here with upgrades, I could probably go grab some metal and a hat, and these upgrades all look pretty feasible to do. I'm not going to do that one because I don't want to give up 2 soups. I do tend to keep all of the specialty items for the region just for exports, because there's no way I can get around those or refresh those. So in the meantime, I just go ahead and ask for new building tasks for everything else. If I remember correctly, I can go to my rail shop. I don't have a lot of rail simoleons left because I just did an upgrade to one of my trains, so now I'm back to collecting a couple more cards to be able to do the next upgrade. And again, that's not something that I actively try to do. The priority is using the rail simoleons to get the items that I need to finish all of my residential upgrades, but if the other happens, I will certainly do the upgrade. Needed to get metal. I guess I bought the wrong thing. I got a conductor hat and I needed to get a lantern. I had a burger, so this normally doesn't happen. I'll have to send a couple over from my feeder city. Looks like I need 2 more lights. No, and I'm out, so the next upgrade will have to wait. Not really anything here I can work on. In a day I can use the urn fin simoleons. Started rows, but I think the region I was doing rows in has expired, so I'll probably have to wait until tomorrow to do those. Well, I guess I could run through all of my trains and probably get enough of what I need. To get that last lantern to do that upgrade. By now I've done these upgrades so many times I pretty much know which trains should run in which stations, just to get the best coverage so that I don't run out of passengers, which doesn't happen very often. Looks like I made it to 22. If I get here 2 Limas. If you're late to joining some of these videos, I have put all of my production and all of my trains in one region so I can take care of all of these tasks at one time. I pretty much use the Green Valley region as my production region. It'll be the last one that I actually finish for population, which will probably be years in the event that the game is still around or I am still playing. That should definitely be enough metal to cover that other upgrade. Before I leave, I want to make sure that I at least have stuff in the production queue to get me back up to where I like to keep my minimums, even though I am rarely ever at the benchmarks I want because I'm always in production of items because I'm continually upgrading things. So let's see, 2 and 3 is good. I was thinking I had a table to collect, but I guess not. There are only certain items that I will actually make. The other ones I'll wait to find in the trade, only because I don't like to spend and use all of the production items needed in order to create a lot of these items. Some of them it's just easier to find. Alright, so now I can go back and look at Frosty and see if I can complete those 2 residential upgrades. Eventually I'll have all epics here, but in the meantime, I did have a couple tasks a couple seasons back to make a couple different types of residential buildings, and since these residential buildings hold more than a standard residential building before they are made epic, I went ahead and just left them until I get all the epics done on these other buildings, and then I will circle back and demo those and rebuild those to create epics from those. So there was a little bit of strategy behind it, just because I'm still trying to press forward to get to 10,000 in my regions, so that or 10 million, so I can open up the Canyon region. But it's kind of what I'm at today, guys. Just a light day. I can't do an epic for another 12 hours because I just finished one in my capital city. Can't do any exports in the 2 regions that I'm still trying to collect regional currency for to do hotspots in my capital. So production is pretty much all that I have going on today. That's not real fun to watch, so that'll probably wrap up our video for today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you like these videos, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.